Alright, hi guys, welcome back to Legend of Mana Parts 4? Man, we're only like a handful of parts in and I'm already dropping the ball on what number we're on. One thing I wanted to show real quick, because I don't think I showed it off very well at the end of the last episode. If you have a full party, your portraits will fight each other for being able to be seen. Also, last time, I think I said we were going to start doing Bud's quest. I'm full of shit, we're not yet. We are going to do it, but not with him, because while we're going to go talk to the first of the 7 wisdoms, like he wants us to, we're not going to bring him because there's somebody else we need to bring along. And that someone is the... Actually, I'll talk about that in a second. What I want to talk about first is why I'm not just dropping Bud off at the house, and that is because something with this game is there's like hundreds of quests. Maybe hundreds is an exaggeration. There's dozens of quests. And a fair number of them have NPCs, and you'll remember that when I picked up Nicolo and went over to the next place, ran into Elazul, and he's like, hey, take me with you. And I'm like, nah, fuck you, Elazul, you're kind of douchebag to Rachel. He's like, oh, and he says, he wanders off. He's actually waiting somewhere, I think at the inn, and we can talk to him whenever, and he'll start the quest again. And if I said yes to him, Nicolo would have just waited, I think, with Tipo, and we could have talked to him at any time to go back onto his quest. So yes, you could have picked between 2 quests at the beginning of the game. I don't know if I was clear enough on that. But they'll all have somewhere they'll hang around, and you never, like, end the quest or screw it up by saying, no, I'm gonna go hang out with this one. And if you go to bring a new NPC with you, the old one will just go away to somewhere else. So I'm gonna talk to Dana here. I tell her I do know about the mana tree. She's gonna tell me I don't have to play along, that she doesn't believe in it. I'm just gonna ask about souls, and I'm gonna tell her they live forever, because that's what she wants to hear, because that's what she believes. She says she's been wounded 100 times, but no one has ever hurt her soul. I can't believe that something could happen to my soul. You know, I want to meet Gaeus. Let's go. Thanks, but I'm not one for big groups. Sorry, I'm so selfish. Are you kidding me? Okay, so everything I just said, I'm like super full of shit. I actually do have to take Bud home. God damn it. I know with Nicolo and Elazul, if you pick up one before the other, and then talk to the other, it'll automatically give you the option. It'll give you the option to automatically boot the other one out, and they have somewhere they'll go stay. But the idea was, we were gonna talk to her, and she was gonna say, oh, I don't wanna go in a huge friggin' 4-man raid party and tell Bud to go hang out in his pumpkin dumpster. But apparently I can't tell Bud to go to the pumpkin dumpster. I have to come back in here and tell him to go scrub the floors. See ya, Bud. Alright, back out. And we'll go back to Dominant. Oh well, artificially inflating the episode length by 3 minutes or so. Because I'm a dummy. No, man, I did decently that time. I don't know what the hell is wrong with my analog stick and how it navigates this map, but there is something wrong with it. But for now, let's go pick up Dana and we'll go see Gaeus, which I think is a really short quest. But I should probably stop recording for the day. I finished like 5 episodes of Makai Kingdom today, and now I'm going on 3 or 4 episodes of Legend of Mana. Thank you. I knew you would say that. Let's go. The Wisdom of Gaeus. Gaeus. Yes. Alright, we're good. So now we're going to go back to Luan Highway, and this time we're going to go somewhere else. Because Luan Highway is bigger than I led you to believe the first time we went through it. Additionally, we will get to see Dana fight with, I think, a knife, but I could be wrong. She might use something else. I want to say it's a knife. But she might use fist like Nicolo and I. I don't know when I'm going to drop fist for something else. But, I will at some point. This is a boink. If I talk to this, it will teleport me to the other boink on the map. Right now, we have not seen the other boink, so I'm pretty sure it takes me nowhere. But I'm not going to bother with it because I do want to do the like map or two. And there's something I should show off, but that is not how I do it, because I've started the battle, so I won't show it off there. I also forgot to check skills and things, which I meant to do first, but Dana took like all that experience. Money is the candy. Dana took half the goddamn experience. What I wanted to check was some skills here. If you look at Dana, my skill when we synchro is HP recovery, which is why when I stood alone in the Bud Lisa fight, I got HP recovery. Dana's is HP recovery plus, so it goes better. The skills is the chocobos is status recovery. So if we get poisoned or paralyzed or confused or whatever, and the chocobo stands next to us, we'll recover from that status. Stunned is probably the most likely one. And if we stand next to Dana, we restore HP very quickly by standing still. And apparently I can't hit a rabbite, but Dana can. And it looks like she actually uses flails, so I was wrong. Here's our third fight. And these fights, I think, don't change at all. These maps always have these exact same fights. But I think what you fight on the map changes based on where it is on the world map. But I could be wrong about that too. In fact, I think I am. I'm okay if the chocobo gets some of the experience, just because it needs to. But I'd prefer to let Dana get none of it, because she's not going to be in our party much, if ever again. So this time we're going to go take the lower path of the fork here. And now we're going to see an entirely different part of the highway, which for some reason is called Giga Canyon Side. I guess it names the canyon after you, which is kind of cool. Well, now you see I'm poisoned, but once the chocobo gets near me, that should heal. There. Instantly recovered, which is pretty useful. So each pet has its own like little synchro effect that you can kind of manipulate. If you want one synchro effect over the other, you just take a different pet. But I'm not going to pretend to know them all. I know that there is one in particular, one or two in particular that are very good. And there is a Den. I guess I never really shut off the other monsters' names either. I plan to basically just show that off for bosses, I think. Oh, and there's the move around the world, which did a defense up and hit me B. The item. Go Den. Den's worth quite a bit of experience. We'll see a lot more of those later, but for now it's worth the Sweet 9 experience. And it was the only fight on the screen. Now we're at another fork. And I think we just keep going right here, but you'll see that here is another boink. That's what that, I think the very first time I came through the highway in Colo, I saw a little plant and I said it was nothing. It's because at the time it was. Boom! This fight has a spiny cone, which I think we saw earlier, but I figured, you know, I'm showing off names of new enemies, I might as well actually show off the names of the enemies we've already fought. Gotta get that experience before Dana does. I think she took one of them. Second player cannot control your pet. That will always be AI controlled. Later on there is a different option for what can be in the third slot of the party. And here we see black chocobos. So, I mean, it is a cool Easter egg that if you have a Final Fantasy VIII save on your memory card, you get a chocobo. It's not the only chocobos in the game. And I want to say, sorry for the sound of the cough drop in my mouth, I want to say that you can get a chocobo from regular aerial eggs. If you were just sit and grind aerial eggs until you get a chocobo to hatch from one. But I'm not sure. And I'm pretty sure they would never be black. But here, and you might have seen this in the cutscene in the first episode, is Gaeus. Welcome my children, come closer. You bet. Hello there, what can I do for you? My friend is about to die from a demon's curse. What can I do to help her? Shit, Dana, drop the serious bombs. Do what your friend wants you to do. She doesn't ask me to do anything for her. She's just going to accept what's going to happen. Then you must accept that. Do you understand what that person said to you? No, I didn't. She was so strong-willed. A demon weakened her both in body and in spirit. I only want to help her regain her former self. People have the power to change themselves. That is what she's trying to teach you. Listen to her words. Thank you. I will try to think about this calmly. By the way, Giga, there should be an ancient tree around your house. We will help you with many things. Come again, my children. So that is also the plot for our next quest, which we will do after Dana's is done. Which right now Dana's is done. Well, thank you much. I feel a lot better now. Please take this. We got the Forbidden Ring, which I think I'll probably use. It's an important item to get. Because if you try and do pet raising on your own, the way I was just doing it, by hoping that the Chocobo's AI wanders into the experience that drops so that it levels up, you're gonna have a rough time. It's not gonna want to do that. But what you can do is you can equip the Forbidden Ring, which will, in fact, I'll show it off in the experience here. Equip. Oh man, I have like other equipment to put on. Yeah, I can't show it. Here, status, Forbidden Ring, or Forbidden Ring. Ah, Mystic Powers, Fertility Goddess. This, I'm gonna... Ooh, I don't even know if I will get into it later, because holy shit. But basically this means it's gonna share experience between the whole party when I pick up experience. So I'm gonna level a little slower, but the pet will level up at all. The other guy's basically gonna leech half of our stuff. I should equip like a hat. Got the wind cap or the iron pot. You can see there's 4 different kinds of defenses, a bunch of elemental stuff. I'm gonna go with the iron pot, just because it ups our overall defenses more. I don't ever really play with equipment in this game. Basically don't need to. So, I forgot that we even got that dropped. But right now, let's talk to the cactus. Big face. Go downstairs. I'm not going to come up and read his diary entry right away because we're going to go and do the next quest. And that is here. Because Gaeus said we had a tree in our house. Backyard orchard. It needs some weeding. Our next quest is the mana orchard, and it's basically kill these 4 things. And I'm gonna see how little the Chocobo actually... Oh shit, he's doing it! Walking in here. Go Chocobo. Chocobo. Kill this one here real quick. And your SP bar actually saves like between battles and quests and stuff, so... I could save it for the time I need it more, but right now, I thought that would be a sweet way to finish the fight. Oh shit, Boko. He wasn't even dead. Big seed, small seed, and you'll see that even though I picked up no crystals, if you caught it there, I should have left it a little longer. Boko got 6 as well as me, so I don't even actually get less. I was wrong about that. Boom! Fucking instant trees. Oh, I feel it. The mana energy, it is flowing into me. Is it you who brought me the blessing of mana? Thank you, young one. So we got some seeds. We take plants in the mana energy of Fadiel to make air. Fadiel is the like big whole world map we saw at the beginning. Plants circulate the flow of mana. We pour mana energy into seeds so they can grow. If you have any seeds, let me take them. Within a few days I should bear their fruit. So what we want to do is we have 4 big seeds, 2 small seeds, 1 long seed. You'll see they all have different colors. As far as I remember, these colors are mostly how what determine what grows. But for now, because I don't remember anything about it, I'm just going to give him big seeds. And I think I can give him a little more. A big and a small. Can I give him any more? I'm still full. Okay, so you can only give him 4. So we're gonna run out here. And you'll notice we didn't get the Mana Orchids end screen. This is another thing, kind of like the Monster Crawl. We need to leave to the world map, walk around for a couple days, come back in, and we'll be good. Hope you can't hear those birds. Being awfully loud. I didn't actually move around because I'm an idiot and was thinking about other things. So go me for being a huge idiot. Alright, let's move around the world map here. Domino. Go on highway. Domino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 should be fine, I think. You'll also see that when we place the highway, our home levels of mana went up. So we now have 2 Dryad and 2 Gnome and a Djinn that we got from the highway, I think. I think that's what the highway gave us. Pretty sure we had a Dryad to begin with. Okay. So now if we go down here, this should look a little different. I mean that we should have some fruit that's growing. And yes, some of it is done. So we're going to grab this garlic crown and we're going to put it in here. Bring me your seeds and I will bear them for you. It's all about phrasing. And there we go, now we completed the Mana Orchids. So we're going to go back home. I'm going to grab the rest of that food and then we'll go talk to Cactus and we will read both of the quest entries for this episode. And that should be it. As soon as I deal with all this awful, awful loading. One sec here, I'm just checking my notes. Yeah, okay. Come on. Give me a citrus squid. It's kind of awful, but every single time you pick one up, you have to come back into the deposit box. And the citrus squid. At least now we'll have some more food for Boko. These are heart mints. Grab the other heart mint. And you see there's one more full grown one. I don't know why the one at the top there is not fully grown, despite, as far as I remember, being the same as this, but maybe I'm not. Correct? It's needle lettuce. It's a hedgehog-shaped lettuce. And I should give him more seeds. Which he will give me the seeds that he got from the plants he just grew. So we'll give him an oblong and the round, the flat that he just gave us. And you'll notice that most of the plants we got were green because I did 2 big seeds which are green. And then we did what? Big and small, so we got like some yellow stuff. No. I'll just give you 1 then. Sucked. May not bear the file. No then. Just take the 2 you have. This stupid thing up here is screwing the whole system up. It's all falling apart right at the start. God damn it. Anyway, after a couple quests, come back. So that's another thing that we're going to have to do every time we finish a quest is check the orchard. I'm probably going to forget to do it 90% of the time because I just don't care that much about my fruit, my berries, my vegetables, my orchard. But it is important that I do it. Trenty! I don't remember if he actually said his name or not, but Trent is the name of that tree in our backyard. Who can grow produce for us? So let's go back up here and we'll read both our diary entries. Cactus diary entries. A big face on a mountain. It's hard to believe, but my master saw it, so I guess it's true. It knows and doesn't know lots of things. What an amazing room. And when the orchard should be down by the monster corral. There it is. Mr. Grandpa Tree is so big and scary, it makes me want to hide by his roots. His roots look like the best place to hide. And actually, I could just stay up there because I can save up there. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.